In this episode, we are making a patterned, colorful bunny. Materials you will need today are pieces of white paper, pencils, markers, a thick and thin, and paint. We are going to start with drawing the bunny. We are going to start with a round circle for the nose, or the snout of it. Then I like to start with a rainbow. This will be the top of your bunny's face. Next, we're going to make an opposite, curving out, and then making another sideways rainbow to make the cheeks of the bunny attaching to the bottom of the mouth. Then when you are done, we are going to start with this funny shape. It's going to go out, in, and out, and do the opposite on the other side. This is going to give the look of the bunny's face coming forward. Next, we're going to make the eyes with two upside down rainbows and then two very arched rainbows on top. This will give the bunnies nice big eyes. Don't forget to add the little white bananas for the shine spots. Next, we're going to go down to the nose, and you are going to start with a U, straight line down, and then a W at the bottom. Don't forget to add a shine spot in the nose. I rounded off the top of my nose. Then we are going to do the ears. Remember, bunnies have very tall ears, so make sure they're wide towards the face, skinnier at the top. Make them touch all the way to the top of your paper. And then at the very end, you are going to add the bottom part of the bunny. This could be the neck or the body. The next step, you are very quickly with a big marker outlining. This step, you are going to take your thin marker and you are going to be what's called contour outlines. These are the lines that help make our shape look 3D. So for example, on the nose, since that sticks out, we are going to make a rainbow. On the face where it dips in, you will be making a U shape. So follow me along as we do these. Make these sections pretty wide. I would do about 2 fingers. If you make them too thin, there's nothing wrong with that. You will just have to add lots of patterns in the next step. Try to leave the eyes blank so that they really stick out, and also around the nose. Continue this on the bunny's body and the ears. Remember the 2-finger rule. The next step, you are going to add a variety of patterns. These can be stripes, polka dots. Do not forget linear patterns, which are made of lines, and circular patterns, which are made of circular shapes. Don't forget, try to add some patterns that have more dark or black, and some patterns that have more white. This adds a variety to your bunny. After you are done adding the patterns, you are going to cut your bunny out. When you do this, try to leave the thick black outlines along the outside of your bunny so that when we glue it onto the background, he is easy to see and that outline really makes him show up. For one of the last big steps for this project, you are going to paint a flowered background. Now, if you do not have watercolor paints, which is what I used, there is no big deal. You can do it with crayon or marker, but try to use green stems and lots of colors for your background. Now remember, your bunny will be in the middle of this paper, so I would suggest doing lots of flowers around the outside and at the bottom. In this step, you will see through time elapse that I have really filled in the background. What I did is filled it up with lots of flowers, and then after the flowers were all filled in, I decided to do some little dots of blue in the background. This is called pointillism, and it gives the idea of a background. Now, the next step, you are going to need either a piece of construction paper. Now, I didn't have construction paper, and you may not either. So what I did is I actually painted a piece of old notebook paper. And this actually turned out really cool. So you may want to do this even if you do have construction paper. But after it is dry, I'm going to fold my piece of paper in half. These are for the glasses on your bunny's face. So as you can see, I laid down my bunny and kind of marked off where I want my glasses to go. So I kind of knew how big I needed them. Started with the middle of the glasses and then kind of flared them out. Now you can think of any shapes. Yours can be more round like Harry Potter. I kind of made mine flared up at the end so it kind of looked like movie star glasses. But you can really decide any kind that you want. Just make sure that the part that lays on the nose is on the fold. If it isn't, no big deal. You will cut it out and have two pieces of, your glasses will be in two pieces. But since we're gluing them on our rabbit, that's not even really a big deal. I lined them up on my rabbit to make sure that they fit. Then I folded them back and I'm cutting out the inside. Now I'm just making a little cut to come inside, making my loop, and then coming back out. Again, this is not a big deal that I'm cutting through the rim of my glasses because I'm going to be gluing it on my bunny's face. Check before you glue. Now I decided that since my background and my glasses were made with kind of the same color, since I used the same paint, I decided that I wanted to outline my glasses in black permanent marker. You don't need to do this step, but I will say that I'm glad I did it at the end because it really made the glasses stand out from the face. Plus, it gave it a good look. Since the face is made with black marker, the glasses were too, and I really liked that. The last step is gluing. Super easy. Put a racetrack glue on the back of your pattern bunny, flip it over, and press it down on your flowered background. Make sure that your paint is dry when you do this, and then you are going to glue on the glasses. And as you can see, I decided to overlap my middle part because they were a little wide on my bunny. And you can do this too. You can adjust it as you go. I hope you enjoyed making this bunny with me, and I hope you realized how putting lots of lines and patterns onto a project can make it even more interesting